G'day guys, how you going? Hope you're all doing very well. I'm going to be doing another movie review. Now this movie I just finished watching, so it's still very fresh in the memory. Very controversial film, so I was very excited to see it. It was released in 2011, directed by McKee, and this one is called The Woman. And the story to The Woman is as follows. Chris Clegg is a small town court officer living a quiet, seemingly normal life in the heart of Maine with his beloved family. That is until he discovers a feral woman roaming the woods and makes it the family's project to civilize her. But as the family's methods of forcing civility upon the woman become ever more extreme, the perverse bonds uniting them unravel, exposing the darkness within. So the film is basically about this family in Maine, in a very farm-like atmosphere. The father of this family is in the woods doing a bit of hunting, and he comes across the woman. Now the woman has very animalistic characteristics. It's kind of like she's from the Stone Age, very feral, and she bites, so she's very dirty, and she's clearly not from around here. So the father has an idea. He kidnaps her, he puts her down into his cellar, and he makes it the family's mission, his family's mission, to civilize this woman and make her realize that you can't act that way. So the father is playing God, and the woman is clearly a very, very dangerous person to have. So he's already putting his family in a lot of danger. But as the methods that they use to civilize her become more and more extreme, the conscience of the wife and eldest daughter are getting more and more guilty. So the whole family threatens to unravel because of how far the father and the son especially are going with this. So not only is the woman a danger, but it's also a danger from the people who are reluctant to participate in these civilizing methods that the family want to use. So it all adds up to a very, very unforgettable ending. So if you want to know how it ends, then I would strongly recommend you go out there and pick this one up for yourself. Now my thoughts on the movie. This one was a very, very controversial film. There was a clip on YouTube of a man who was kicked out of the premiere because he saw it as hatred towards women. And that's what the biggest thing about this film was. That's what created so much controversy, is that women in this film are treated so badly. And yes, they are. But I think that it's a film that hates women or it's a film that hates men. I just feel it was a horror film, and it really did touch on a very strong subject. Some people really think like this, and it's very, very disturbing and hard to watch. But that's exactly what a horror film does. And I applaud Lucky McKee for doing this. Yeah, women in this film are portrayed as the weaker beings than the men, but it's not a sort of a sexist sort of film. It's not a misogynistic film. It's just a horror film. So I think people are looking too far into it to say that this film hates women or it hates men. It's just a horror film, and it's just showing you the horrors of the mentality that some people have, that men have a greater right than women. So I really like that aspect of the film, and I feel that it's not quite as controversial then it didn't have to be as controversial as it was. I think people were just a little bit too sensitive, because at the end of the day, it is a movie, so I just think people should chill out a little bit more. But yeah, so I thought that was a really, really good aspect of the film. The women were treated badly in it, but then again, at the end, they kind of get their revenge sort of thing. But I'm not going to tell you exactly how it ends. That's not a giveaway, because it is a little bit more complex than that. I thought the pacing of the film suffered a little bit, but it wasn't too bad considering that it was a good payoff. But I think the thing that hurt this film the most was the music. Now, cinematography was excellent. If you like films like May, which is Lucky McKee's other film, you're going to like this one, because I feel that this is better than May, but then May had elements that were better than this one. So both are great films, but I feel that this one's just a little bit better. This one should have been a masterpiece, but the music almost ruined it for me. It's just horrible music. I don't know what Lucky McKee was thinking in putting the music in. I thought it would have been a lot more disturbing in certain scenes if the music was left out. It just seemed like it was too much of an overkill as far as music goes. I don't know what the hell was going on, but it just didn't. The music that was playing didn't really fit in with the scene, in my opinion. There was one or two scenes that went well with the music, but the music was just it was overused, and it nearly took it out for me for the whole film. But having said that, the ending made up for it. The ending is very, very gory, so if you're a gorehound, you're going to be very impressed by this one. I was shocked at how violent it actually was. The woman character, I thought she did a great job acting. She didn't have any, well, she kind of spoke, but it was mumbo jumbo. It wasn't English. So a lot of her acting relied on body language, and a very primal sort of betrayal. And I thought she did it really, really well. I think it's Polly McIntosh who was the actress there. She played a very intimidating sort of, I guess you could call, villain. Then we have the father. Now, he was a brute. This guy treated his family, especially the women, like shit. And he was a scary guy. And the scariest thing about his character is that people like this exist. Now, the son did a very good job as well. He looked up to the father, and you could tell that the son was going to grow up just like the father, which was another sort of horrifying element to it. Angela Bettis played the wife. Now, I know a lot of people have criticised her performance, but I am a real fan of Angela Bettis, and I thought she played a really, really good role in this one. She was the wife who didn't stand up to the husband, very, very scared of him, and she was very quiet, very, very timid, and I thought she portrayed that character very, very well. So I'm going to go against the majority opinion of that Angela Bettis was crap in this. I thought she was very, very good. The eldest daughter was very good also, and then you got the youngest daughter. So the acting all around was very good, and I really enjoyed it. It's a very, very disturbing film. It's extreme, so do not go anywhere near it if you're not up to the hardcore sort of horror. But as I said, the pacing was just a little bit off, but the main criticism I have of it was the music. It nearly ruined the film, but thankfully, Lucky McKee knows how to end a film, and he really delivered with the ending in this film. So a lot of people will like this, but a lot of people will be offended. But I will recommend that you go into this one just a little bit chilled out. Don't worry that the film looks upon women in a bad way. It's just a movie. It's not, saying how it should be. People just have to chill out and just take it for what it is. It's something that's make-believe. It's not a real portrayal. But as I said, some people do think like this, but, to say that it's a crap film because it portrays women in a negative way, I think it's just going a little bit too serious about it. So, definitely a film I'm going to recommend. I really enjoyed it, but having said that, it doesn't come without its flaws. So, by far, it's not a masterpiece, but then again, it's one of the better American horror films to come out in recent times. Alright guys, that's my review. I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you later. Bye.